Hey, look, who's actually back for one now?
I'm back.
Jacob's here! Yay!
I made it.
Finally, for another one of will contain spoilers. Yes, I'm still using your name, which you came up with.
Very nice.
So we're driving back from the first theater that we saw our first movie from, which was X-Men Apocalypse, when we decided to start doing this. This time we're going to do Suicide Squad, which just came out this weekend and broke a bunch of records and Fandango records and all that sort of stuff. Last time I read it was 140 million pre-sale.
You know better than I would, huh?
At least that's the last thing that I read.
Yeah.
So we'll see what the big gross is going to be for its opening weekend. My guess is it's probably going to crush it.
Yeah.
So
the real test, we'll see if we can sustain.
Exactly. See what people really thought. Yeah. So okay, well, go ahead. Give us a quick 30-second recap of kind of what the plot is. Like, what is Suicide Squad? That sounds like a bunch of people getting together, killing themselves.
No,
Yeah.
not exactly. After Batman vs. Superman and Superman's dead, metahumans are in the public eye now.
Which I have to also say, metahumans, which they took from The Flash. So they're actually kind of integrating it a little bit from the TV show.
Yes.
I dug that.
Yeah. So Amanda Waller is a government official that wants to get a team together to fight a metahuman. If there's like a Superman that decides to be evil instead of good, they want to have someone there or some people there to fight that person. So she wants to get a group of people together.
But how do you control them?
Yes, you just put a bomb in their neck. And they will do whatever you say.
Well, why pick the people that she did versus good people? My belief, at least, easier to control.
Yeah.
They have a little bit more to lose. Plus, they're already captured, so she can kind of round them up a little easier.
Yeah. Well, and the fact that they're bad guys, it makes them expendable. If they have to get rid of them, that's fine because they're bad guys.
That's kind of the
good guys. You don't want to waste, the Flash or.
Yeah, right. Well, there's that. Just really that scene kind of in the briefing of why they were picked the bad of the bad, just in case they happen to fail. Well, they get to kill them off, and then they also get to blame everything on them. The government doesn't take responsibility. Yeah. Which that's a very, very smart choice. Yeah. I thought that one's pretty cool. So, all right, well, here, give me maybe some of your actors who you you know what? Screw it. Let's just go right off the top. The first two that everybody's talking about is Jared Leto and Margot Robbie. You got the Joker and Harley Quinn. That's pretty much everybody's they're talking about right now.
I know.
For me, everybody saw what Harley Quinn, was kind of looking like. So, and everybody had,
a good idea.
Everybody, didn't really even know what to make up of Jared Leto's Joker. So let's talk about his Joker. Go first. Go first.
I liked it. It's a little at parts. I don't even know what the word to explain it.
That's probably the best way to describe it. Really.
Yeah. He was good. He looked like the Joker. He acted like the Joker. There's just some things he did that were just a little un-Joker-like, and I don't know. The whole aesthetic of the whole movie. One thing, off to the side a little bit. Why so many tattoos everywhere? Everybody's got tattoos. Joker's got tattoos. Harley's got tattoos. I think Deadshot had tattoos.
And I want to say,
the dude with tattoos on his face.
Diablo. Diablo.
Yeah, and I don't know.
Well, Common.
Yeah.
Common had all the tattoos and everything.
Yeah.
At least what I thought, and actually I'll lead this into. Sorry, of course we're driving, so I'm trying not to get hit by another car. Yeah, I know he's not, obviously. But the dude with the steering wheel in front.
Yeah.
But, okay, so I actually heard a little bit of what David Ayer was talking about. David Ayer, the director and co-writer of Suicide Squad. What he thought, I think this kind of, it makes sense. I'm not totally down with it, but it makes sense. He was saying that kind of the Jokers of the past they mimicked or made fun of kind of crime at the time. So that's the why the original Joker wore that kind of 1930s get up, with the big long tails, because he was starting to try to mock that that period of time, which the Cesar Romero made of kind of did in the 1960s, and then you have Jack Nicholson's, who once again is kind of takes from once again the time and kind of the that old gangster motif, which was pretty much what Batman was really representing.
Yeah.
Heath Ledger's was a more down-to-earth kind of that 90s 2000 feeling, and now that we're getting into the 2000 teens, just go outside and look at people, man.
Yeah.
They're weird looking.
Yeah.
I mean, to be just straight out there, people wearing bright clothes, really fashy. I mean, shit, just look at, like music videos and everything nowadays. It's all about flashy and crazy. And so Jared Leto's Joker was designed to kind of mimic that flashy gangster motif. They still kept him with the gangster thing, which I thought was kind of cool.
Yeah.
After once you kind of realize, talk a little bit more about the history of the Joker, because let's face it, everybody's comparing him to Heath Ledger.
Oh yeah.
Which don't do that.
Yeah.
Just take the dude's performance, and what he was intending to do with it. On that note, that was kind of cool. But all the tattoos and all that sort of stuff, that's kind of what he was going for in it. Right. Now, do I agree with it? Dude, pull that shit off your face, man.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I thought he would have been scarier if maybe he would have even lost maybe another 5 pounds and lost all the tattoos, because he would have looked more like a skeleton.
Yeah.
And we know, we've all seen Dallas Buyers Club. We know Jared Leto can lose the weight.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why they didn't want him to, because they didn't want him to die. In those other movies. But I agree with you. Some of the mannerisms, the acting, and everything. I mean, it was all him.
Yeah.
To begin with. He totally made that character his own. I like the way he looked.
I liked when he did the whole guttural, when he was talking to the security guard, or whatever. He's doing like the guttural sounds coming out of his throat. Yeah.
Because that's good. That's a good crazy.
Yeah.
And everything. And I do like how they turned him from that Heath Ledger kind of solo Joker to back to more of the 1966
the Joker's
TV.
gang.
He's ahead of a gang. Yeah. And that's
Did you notice one of his henchmen when they went in to get the doctor had the classic Batman outfit on?
Yeah. It was good. In this movie, there's tons of Easter eggs. They paid homage to a lot of different things on there. I really enjoyed actually the Joker laugh, because it was like a normal laugh.
Yeah.
It wasn't
over the top.
Crazy. Yeah. He stretched it a little bit more, but it was a pretty normal laugh.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah. So let's move on to Harley.
Go Harley. Start Harley.
Loved it. I thought she was great. Margot Robbie.
It was so difficult to separate that Batman animated Harley Quinn to the new one, because that's where the character was grown up there. But a few of the things she said, I was just like, holy crap, it was almost identical.
Yeah, well, and a couple times her voice, she did that little inflection that sounds just like Harley in the cartoon. Mm-hmm. When she said puddin'.
Yeah, it's all. Oh yeah, I know what that was too.
Yeah.
I like the innocence.
Yeah.
Kind of that she actually showed. How she fell in love.
Yeah.
Sort of bit. Kind of gave you a little bit more of the story. Although I thought they could have played up the Mad Love angle a little bit more, but
right.
But Mad Love was the episode and comic book that actually told the history of how Harley Quinn turned into the Harley Quinn that we know of and got together with the Joker, how she fell in love with him and all that sort of stuff. It's an actual little story. Outfit.
I liked it because they showed in the movie, they showed her classic animated series.
Yes, they did.
Suit, and that wouldn't have worked.
Yeah, for sure. I like that kind of.
It was cool that they showed it.
It was almost a little bit of the X-Men. What do you want to wear yellow spandex?
Yeah,
sort of not.
Exactly.
Sort of a thing. Yeah.
I think like I said again, tattoos everywhere on her too.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, and then but yeah, I thought her outfit looked great, and she had the right accessories. She had her hammer and bat, and then
I thought, as far as kind of the flashiness and everything, after a while there, I kind of started to dig the smeared makeup, because that actually made sense, because I mean, if your makeup looked good while you're blowing things up and killing things, it's kind of like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, did you actually notice that on a lot of the TV spots, they digitally altered her shorts to make them longer?
Yeah, actually, now that you mention
it. Yes, they did. There was actually an article on it saying that it was too much. And I read another article about Margot Robbie talking about that, saying that she really didn't like wearing the outfit because it's just booty shorts.
Yeah.
Really kind of what it was. But both characters, Joker, Harley Quinn, over the top, but that's what they were supposed to be. So, she did such a good job in this role, they already greenlit a Harley Quinn movie. Do you think that she did a good enough job for that, though?
I don't know if we're ready for a Harley Quinn standalone yet.
I kind of agree with you. I guess it all kind of depends on the time frame when they're looking to put that one out.
Yeah.
Because I think she needs at least one more showing.
Well, and I don't think it would be a standalone anyway. I think, the Joker would be involved.
Well, it would have to be.
And there'd have to be some other people there, too.
They would have to
be. I think down the line there could be a Harley Quinn movie.
Yeah. One quick thing, too, with the Joker's teeth, it was pretty much all grilled. For a while, during the club scene, I found it very distracting. But, after you saw him and everything, I think it worked better with the smile, though. It looked great with the smile.
Yeah.
So it's a little 50-50. It was kind of weird, but...
He had the smile on his hand, too.
The smile on the hand was actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
For a bit there, I thought it was a little odd. Once again, all the tattoos, you're just like, what? But it's like, would the Joker really sit there and actually get all the tattoos? That's a question for you guys. So, who else did you have? Okay, so we got those guys out of the way. Who else did you like?
There's two other people that really impressed me in the movie, and that would be Will Smith as Deadshot. I think he did a great job. Made Deadshot very human.
Just like the old Suicide Squad comic books did.
Yes.
Yeah, with when they brought the Deadshot character in there, it really humanized him more than just the almost punching bag villain that he originally started out to be.
Yeah. And then the other one would be Viola Davis as Amanda Waller.
Yeah. I thought she did. I thought she did a pretty good job with it. I don't think anybody could really do any better. I found her. There was a lot of Waller-esque things she did, but I didn't feel that she fully embodied the character completely. Yeah. Because yes, she is that hard-nosed sort of character, but she wouldn't have shot her people.
No.
She wouldn't have done that. She would have had somebody else do that.
Yeah.
That wasn't,
ever.
Yeah, exactly. No, because she's too smart for that.
Yeah.
That's really kind of the big thing. But, we blame that on writing. That isn't necessarily the acting. Some of her things I found actually to be a little bit flat, but the character, in a way, kind of is.
Yeah.
She knows everything. She knows who everybody is. She runs these organizations, but she's smart enough to keep her mouth shut and manipulate these people when she needs to. So is she a good guy or a bad guy? That's kind of the thing with it. For me, I picked, I think his name's pronounced Jay Courtney, Jai, played Captain Boomerang. I thought he crushed it for a guy who,
didn't have a lot of screen time, but he
didn't really have a lot of screen time. He owned the shots that he did, but he didn't overtake them. He let the other actors, kind of the main actors in the scene, play off of them. But he killed it as far as the first encounter, the first fight scene in the movie. He's trying to run away, but he's been locked up. So I'm gonna snatch me a beer first, and run away. All of his lines, his look, crazy. I never thought that I would like a crazy looking Captain Boomerang like that. I always figured, he was kind of a once again, punching bag Flash villain.
Yeah.
This dude, he killed it, even with a weapon as lame as a boomerang.
Yeah.
He killed it. He had the little camera on it, and he threw it out there so he could check everything out. That was dope. His were metal, so they would cut people up.
One thing they need to explain, though, is what the pink unicorn.
They never explained the pink unicorn.
I'm sure that's a deleted scene.
Actually, they did. I did read another articles and read a list of all the deleted scenes already that they had from it, and that is a part in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like some weird ass little unicorn thing. But he got pissed when, he missed his little unicorn.
Yeah.
It was in his jacket. He's like, oh my god, he had
Yeah.
to pick it up. And then for me, actually, I'm gonna put the top, personally, for me, minus the whole Joker, Harley Quinn thing. I'm putting like the main kind of actors in the movie. Top tier dead guy for me was Jay Hernandez, the guy that played El Diablo.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he was.
Because had all the face tattoos, but he had a serious story.
Yeah.
He had the most emotion out of any single one of those characters in that one. I think he had the most tragic
definitely.
story.
Definitely.
It was kind of a fire starter angle. No real pun intended or connection. But he had the biggest kind of reason for not wanting to use the powers, not getting into it. And I thought he actually, with all the tattoos and everything on his face, I thought he conveyed more emotion than anybody else did in that movie. He, to me, was the emotional angle. And it's not just the father standpoint. I connected big time with Will Smith on that.
I was gonna say Will Smith came pretty close with the whole daughter angle.
Like that one, I connected a lot with, but I related more with the Jay Hernandez actor character of El Diablo more. He is an amazing reason to go and watch that movie. Fantastic actor. I thought he did really good. What were some of the things that you liked here? We'll do it really quick. Like, what were some of the things that you liked in that movie?
Well, to start off right at the beginning, the introduction of the characters. I liked the way they did that with the stats popping up on the screen.
That was cool.
It felt like you're turning a comic book and they're introducing a character.
Yeah, or like a video game or something. Yeah.
So I like that. Speaking of Harley and her animated series costume, they had the little flash where it looks exactly like the cover.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah,
is it the cover of Mad Love? Or is it,
no, but it's that old that famous painting that I think Alex Ross.
Yeah, Alex Ross.
The Alex Ross, who's a famous comic book artist.
Looks exactly like it.
Yeah, who does actual paintings for his comic book covers, where he uses actual people for the models for it. So they look like people. All the artwork, and it looks like real people.
Yeah.
That's a very famous picture. I thought that was cool. Yeah, when that came up there, I was like nudging you. I was like, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
That was cool. I like that a lot.
And then one little Easter egg I spotted. Did you see when they were going to the building to get Amanda Waller? It said Ostrander Federal Building.
I saw that too. Yes.
John Ostrander, writer of Suicide Squad.
Exactly. Yeah, that was good. That was definitely a good homage they paid to him.
And that's about it. What do you think? What stood out for you?
For me, what stood out for me, even though with a really short time, not a lot of lines, Katana.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Katana was cool. Katana was
I could watch a whole movie on it.
Oh God, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, even with Rick Flag, just telling them real quick, like in a sentence or two, just what her backstory was. That quick little flashback to what she was. That was awesome. That was great. In a movie of flashbacks. That was kind of what it was. It was like, it took like 45 minutes because you got to get 45 minutes worth of flashbacks, in order to actually get to the story.
Yeah.
Katana was cool, and I loved Will Smith's guns, his wrist guns.
Oh.
They gave him those, because that was a big famous thing for the Deadshot character.
And he looked pretty cool with the eyepiece.
What's that?
The helmet, the whatever.
Yeah, the helmet was a little weird, but I mean at the same time too, it's once again, it looks, because the helmet for Deadshot is just like a solid sheet of metal.
Yeah.
It just looks like it's showing one solid metal head, no nose, no things, and then like a little red eye.
Yeah.
Looks cool in a comic book, probably wouldn't translate very well
Not gonna work
to that, So, but at the same time, enjoyed the fact that they were smart enough to put the mask in, or the helmet, actually, well, in the movie it was a mask, to put it into the movie a couple of times.
Yeah.
Kind of in his little backstory sort of thing. Love the fact that they kind of gave him a superpower, really.
Yeah.
And they actually showed that, not like some of these other books or movies that, it's regular people doing extraordinary things and not really showing it like showcasing it very well.
Right.
You know, this one they actually did. I thought that was cool.
What did you think of Flag, the guy that played Flag in his performance?
Oh, I thought he was a whiny bitch.
Yeah,
such a whiny
didn't
little.
like him at all.
Oh man, dude.
I was hoping for more from him because he's supposed to be this, gung ho.
You know who they should have done?
Soldier.
They should have swapped him. They should have swapped Scott Eastwood with those, because I thought that he would have done better.
Yeah.
But actually, this is kind of one of Scott Eastwood's big movies. Played just kind of that side character, which I thought was actually a better place for him. Until he gets a few more acting credits under his skin. He did a great job kind of playing his number one, second in command, leading that, because he had a lot of good lines. He had a lot of good moves in it. He looked great.
Yeah.
I thought he actually looked more like a soldier than Flag did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree.
But, I thought he was a whiny little thing. Because that's kind of the big thing, Everybody thought that maybe, there was a theory that maybe it was the tattooed man who was the actual villain. When they first announced the Joker, everybody thought it was going to be the Joker was going to be the main villain, which actually it turns out that it was the Enchantress, this witch that they made from South America. At least some weird thing, that they were saying, inhabited the body of this woman.
Yeah, they changed it in Enchantress's story a little
bit.
Big
time too. I know, and I was looking at her and I was like, when did the Enchantress turn into Green Inferno?
Yeah.
Like, why she got vines and shit all over her?
Yeah.
But, but yeah, and so he fell in love with the actual human, that the Enchantress possessed, in her body, and that's kind of his, story. I mean, story-wise, it connects very, very well.
Yeah.
Acted out, whiny little bitch.
Yeah.
Personally, for me. Oh, yeah, he was bugging me.
Yeah.
And after a while there, too, I stopped seeing him as a soldier, and I just saw him as the motivator for the plot to continue.
Yeah.
He just was the man that knew everything, and it's just like, look, it's been about 5 minutes. Let me tell you more of the story.
Yeah.
Which actually, in the writing part of it, I thought that was kind of weak.
Yeah, well, they did go back and do reshoots.
Well, yeah.
You can kind of tell.
That, very much so. I know, and they kept saving his ass for a colonel. For a colonel!
Yeah.
They had to keep going saving his butt.
Oh, yeah. He's
yeah. Especially from these
super soldier, but he can't fucking save his ass.
Exactly. I know, right? That's what he's supposed to be. So, yeah, I thought he was weak. But I do think now, as long as he butches it up a little bit more, he'll be great to continue on, which in the comic books he does, because he has to be one of the good guys to hold kind of the team together and go in with them, make sure they don't bolt and do all that sort of stuff. Even though they got a little implant in their neck that their heads explode, which I loved the fact that they did that with Slingshot.
Yeah.
As the showcase of. Yes, these actually are bombs in your neck, and we will kill you. Sorry, that's the Slingshot.
Yeah.
Well, that's what he was, because he was a little punk, and he had maybe like 3 lines in the movie.
Yeah. Well, that's the only reason he was in the movie. Just
exactly.
to prove to everybody else that, these are real. Yeah, we will blow your head off, basically.
Exactly. So they proved it in that one. One thing, too, that I did actually find kind of weak, which I enjoyed that they didn't have very much of in the movie, was the CGI.
Yeah.
Some of the CGI was kind of, I noticed in that in a lot of the fight scenes with Killer Croc, you could tell his head's moving one way and his body just ain't kind of keeping up with.
Yeah, I was gonna say Killer Croc. I had a problem with. He did not look.
Well, that's that one's.
It's a tough one.
Yeah,
to do,
that
though.
one's really tough. Say for example, like in the bar, or just him looking through his cell and everything. The makeup looked great. I mean, he looked like a crocodile.
Yeah.
But
when he starts talking
or moving or anything, it just didn't quite work very well. I don't know how they did the makeup, but I mean, they made it better than I could ever do. So.
Well, yeah.
Really, that was kind of thing. But that little bit I saw in there, and there was just kind of a couple small little things, back and forth. Some of the ink men, at least that's what I started calling them in my head. The people that she enslaved and turned their heads into like.
Bubbly
toy that my dog chews on. Yeah, and for a while there, I was sitting looking at it. It was, in the first fight scene, I swear I was looking at it and I was like, okay, so bullets don't stop these things, but a wooden bat does?
Yeah.
Like, I don't get it, they kind of kept coming forward, so that was a little...
she mentions you can shoot them in the head and they won't die, but they're shooting them and hitting
them,
and they're dying.
you know, that was a little strange, you know, for me. But you know, I mean, I not so bad. I mean, you know, it's not gonna pull you out of the movie. One thing that I mean, I don't know why, it just like flashed into my head. Why was Rick Flag's American flag on his hat backwards for the beginning of the movie?
Was it really?
Yeah,
I didn't notice that.
It was backwards. I was like, that's not the way that the flag points. Are you telling me that this dude's evil or just stupid? There, that continues on with our griping about Rick Flag.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
You can't even wear a freaking hat right.
Yeah.
But it actually, I hate to say it, but I actually started looking for and found more negative things and down things about the movie than I kind of found positive things. For me, I just kind of have a little bit of a beef with Will Smith. Personally, I don't even think that he's really that good of an actor. He's kind of just like...
Yeah, it does seem like he's kind of,
you know, and now too,
phoning it in sometimes.
You know, yeah, a little bit, and you can kind of tell like halfway through the movie he does a little. You know, reading the comics, he's a lot more passionate. You know, there's a deeper soul in Deadshot than I felt what Will Smith conveyed. But once again, that's just my own personal things. I know a lot of y'all love Will Smith, but. Was he a weird choice for the character? Yeah, I thought it was weird casting. You knew that he would probably be able to pull it off. You know, I'm not saying that
especially
his acting...
action.
That's exactly.
You can definitely do that.
You know, the dude could shoot a gun. I thought like his little one-liners. I thought his one-liners were lame.
You know.
Except for the whole, you know, I was just trying to get you there, sort of thing. When he persuaded El Diablo to actually fry those guys and save them. You know, some of the back kind of espionage stuff in the movie, I thought he did a pretty good job with. You know, I liked, you know, the lines when he put the mask on. You know, he's like, I don't care, I will hit a woman. You know, when it's Harley Quinn, because it don't matter, because she's crazy. Yeah. But I loved, you know, seeing him showcase his shooting ability. The dude can shoot a gun, looks good. Yeah. You know, doing it. The look. The beard and the shaved head, that was kind of weird for me.
Yeah, it was an interesting thing.
You know what it was? It was like Grandpa Will Smith playing Deadshot. That's what it kind of reminded me of. Yeah. So, but, you know, I mean, but otherwise, I mean, if you're talking about, you know, for ranking like Will Smith's performance in that movie, I'm giving him like, you know, like an 8 out of 10. You know, like, yeah, I mean, dude did a good job. Dude did a good job. Really is kind of what it is.
Before we go, we have to talk about the mid-credit scene. What did you think? I think, you know, they're making it sound like they want to do a Suicide Squad versus Justice League coming
Didn't
out.
it, though?
I mean, it sounds like a good idea, but I don't know if it would work.
You know, well, I think a lot of it's going to be based off of how well Suicide Squad does. Yeah. And once again, kind of like what Jake was saying, you know, as Batman, Superman proved, you know, opening weekend doesn't mean anything. It just really, that's kind of how the studio gets their money back on it. The longevity of a movie and kind of how good it is for the fans to keep going back and more and again and again and again.
Yeah,
look for it for the
word
weeks
of mouth
out.
And have
look
other people
for the weeks out, you know, on it. Other than that, I mean, I thought the story, you know, if it wasn't for, you know, it kind of didn't have a story if it wasn't for Pussy Rick Flag. Yeah. You know, kind of. You know, they
Pussy
needed to.
Whipped Rick
yeah,
Flag.
Yeah, exactly. They needed to really develop it, you know, a little bit more. Once again, it was still a good movie. I still really enjoyed it, but I think it's going to be one of those movies like Batman, Superman that the more times I see it, the more I enjoy it. Right. Because there's so much actually in that movie that you don't notice. The more times you go back and see it, and you can find a little bit more acting quips, little Easter eggs.
Oh yeah, that was my second time seeing it.
Exactly.
So I did notice a few things. So.
Exactly, my first, his second. Yeah. On our opening weekend. Yeah. You know, it looked like a David Ayer movie. You know, who did Fury, and what else did he do? He did another big movie. You know, his movies tend to look they look really natural. They look very real. They look at kind of gray tones to them for such a colorful movie. I think, you know, he maybe was struggling with that a little bit for it, but the directing on it was fantastic. The writing, shame on you, David Ayer. Yeah. they definitely need to kind of pull somebody in for number 2. I definitely think.
Well, I think now that they've set the base for Suicide Squad, I think moving forward it'll be a lot easier to write for them.
You know what? Think about it like this: if for Suicide Squad, think of it like the original Spider-Man, 2002. If they do another one, it's going to be Spider-Man 2. It's just going to be which is believed to be one of the best Marvel movies they've ever made.
Yeah.
Which I thoroughly agree with. Loved Spider-Man. Spider-Man 2, was my jam. Really like Suicide Squad. They can only go up.
Yeah.
From it. I really do believe.
You need to get a better villain for the next one.
Well, I mean, hell, you can swap out the different guys, too. That's kind of the thing about Suicide Squad, is that with new baddies come back into Bel Ray Prison, which is the name of the prison in DC land. DCU now?
Yeah.
Because everything's a universe.
Yeah.
When you get more villains into Bel Ray, you got different cast members.
Yeah.
You can have for it. You kind of have your main ones in there, like Deadshot and Harley Quinn pretty much will be in there, but you can totally change the whole cast.
Oh, yeah.
And that's how it works. So I think that is a great thing about it.
Yeah.
That's one of the best aspects about it. So I thought that was cool. You know what? This one, because I normally do like a 5 out of 5 sort of a thing. I want to extend this one out because I think it'll represent what I think about it a little bit better. Let's go out of 10. So with Suicide Squad, kind of the main symbol for them is the skull, like your hat.
Task Force X,
which was one of the original names for him.
Yep.
Let's give it out of 10. What do you think about that movie? What would you rate it? Out of 10. 10 being the best, 1 being the worst.
All right. I'd probably put it at about 7.5.
See, there's a reason that we're friends. Because I was going to rate the movie at about a 7.5 as well.
There you go.
Like, no joke. That's why I wanted him to go first, because I wanted to see what the difference would be. Not much of a difference.
Yeah.
So we're going to rate this one. We're going to give it a 7.5 skulls. 7.5 skulls for you. By all means, go see it.
Yeah, definitely see it.
It is actually a very good movie. You're going to be impressed with Will Smith. You're going to be impressed with Jay Hernandez, with Jay Courtney, Margot Robbie, Jared Leto, Viola Davis, Scott Eastwood. I could keep going with them. They all did a very, very good job. And this is one of the first ones that Jeff Johns, now the leader of the DCMU
movie universe,
is now doing. He put his name on it, which
can only be a good thing.
For him to do that one. Well, this one, it was all pretty much done, before they. Or after they announced him to do it. So if he would have had his hands on it, he would have been like, no, tweak that, change that, sort of it a little bit. If he would have had it on there, this movie would have been a lot tighter.
Yeah.
Only big things now coming from it. I think, I'm not going to say that this one, this movie, I'm going to say, saved the DCU movie universe, the DCMU for Warner Brothers, but not by much. They're still treading water.
Yeah,
I think
definitely.
If next one, the one that's going to save it, is the one they need to have it be solid. And everything that I've seen from that movie, I am so excited for.
Are you talking about Wonder Woman?
You know I'm talking about Wonder Woman. Yeah. Oh my God.
That one.
Watch the trailer. I'll post the link. I'll post the link to the Wonder Woman trailer. It's amazing.
From what it looks like, that could definitely save them. They'll be...
oh man, just the actors just... I'm stoked, man.
Yeah.
She was my favorite part of Batman, Superman. Looks like she's gonna be my favorite part of the DC Marvel movie universe. Not Marvel. It's completely different. DCMU, my DCMU. So yeah, big one. We'll go 7.5 skulls for you. Suicide Squad, good flick. Go check it out. Corbin.
Jacob.
See you next time.